The stock FUD, the month of May. I'm Steve Reinharz, CEO of Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions. It's Friday after close. I'm recording our weekly video message. We got a lot going on, some special surprises as well. The best thing that I want to start out with right now, and is responsible for my big smile, is the fact that we finished up 14% today. Yay! Put us up on the week. Turns around that drip slide that we had. You know, and the question always is, that I always think when we have days like this. Because if you're new to us, and if you haven't had a day like this, these days happen. And sometimes they happen for extended periods of time, which is what we want. But they do happen. And Friday today was a great day. And I think to myself, why? Like, what did we do? You know, the business was the same pretty much as yesterday, just incrementally better every day. We did have a couple great press releases this week. That helps. We've got the AMA, the Ask Me Anything Sunday at noon Eastern. Follow us on YouTube to be a part of it. Put your questions in Discord or on YouTube, whatever. That sometimes stimulates activity. It could just be more investors appreciating our consistency in progress and communication and dependability. It could be the fact that more and more investors are seeing devices in the wild, sending me pictures and images and messages, which is great. I love it. Could be more OTC coverage in general. I don't know. Trust me, I wish I knew. I believe it's all connected, but I don't think there's ever a single trigger. In any case, I'm thrilled that we had a nice bump today. I love it. It's what I want every day. Funny thing, or I don't know, funny necessarily, but a cool thing I thought was an investor sent me earlier this morning an article from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, federal agency. And they had published an article as part of like their knowledge base. You know, they produce a lot of reports for industry. And they referenced an article that I wrote in 2017. And I just thought, oh my God, I was like, that's so cool, you know? I thought it was so cool. I was kind of like honored by that. You know, maybe what we've been tracking and thinking about and building towards is starting to get that mass recognition. That we don't have enough humans to do these jobs, and the humans we do have don't want to do these jobs, and it's inevitable that AI-powered robotics will be doing these jobs and be a huge industry. And obviously, the fact that the feds have substantiated it a year ago gives me more confidence. Not that I have any doubts anyway. But cool to see. I hope cool for our fans and investors to see as well. Anyway, really cool. Lots to be excited about right now, this weekend and moving forward. So again, we got the YouTube AMA tomorrow, Sunday at noon. Check it out and throw your questions into the YouTube or into Discord. Okay. Let's look at May. May, big month. I think it's going to be a big travel month for me. Kicking off the day in Detroit on Monday, in Toronto for a couple days, might head to Florida. That's next week. Following week is going to be in Atlanta. Do a little bit of business and visit the big set of one of the two big movies that we're in. That's pretty exciting. Today we shipped to Santa Monica the device that's going to be used in the second theatrical release. So that's kind of cool, right? A lot of filming happening this month. I'm only going to visit the Atlanta film production, though. Anyway, so that's big. Project S will be released. I do believe that our K will be released. The month itself, not only do we do Toronto, Detroit, Florida, Atlanta, I think I might go to London for a few days, and Virginia and Boston. So the Virginia trip is going to push the Montreal stuff that I wanted to do at the end of the month. I know I've got folks in Montreal. Remember, Montreal is where our core money for this company came from. And I'm dying to go back. I haven't been back post-pandemic. But I got to choose Virginia over Montreal. I'll be back in Montreal in June, I hope, depending on what happens. But you'll be happy. You'll be delighted that I'm in Virginia for the reason why I'm going. In any case, the last piece that I want to leave you with is a bit of a standalone piece, but you're seeing it here first, with me addressing some of the more common FUD elements. Check it out, enjoy it, have a great weekend. I hope to see you tomorrow on the AMA. Microsoft's Bing search engine defines FUD as fear, uncertainty, and doubt, usually evoked intentionally in order to put a competitor at a disadvantage. In this small segment, we're going to talk about a half a dozen of the most repeated FUD elements from what we call FUDsters, which is a collection of folks who never share their real name, never share their real intention, are potentially from different groups that want to press the stock price of a given target down, and are quite sophisticated. So in order to combat that sophistication, and in order to continue to educate and inform and strengthen AITX's investors, we're going to we're going to address about a half a dozen of the most common FUDsters comments that get spread. The first piece of FUD is the most prevalent over the past couple years, and that is that AITX is going to perform a reverse split. Now, this piece of FUD in particular is characteristic of the fact that it preys on people who haven't necessarily done a full job of due diligence in the company. And I share that because to combat this piece of FUD, we filed an official 8K, a press release, and amended our corporate bylaws, restricting us from having a reverse split before September 1st, 2023. So when you talk about FUD, it's a classic piece because it can't happen before that time without crushing the entire company. So therefore, it's not an option. It's not anywhere on an option. I put it in writing and filed official paperwork to that effect. Classic FUD. Let's look at a new piece of FUD that's been kind of cropping up the past few weeks. And it has something to do with how RAD is going to split from AITX, and AITX won't have RAD, and it'll be an empty shell. I don't know. There's a few versions of this FUD floating around, but it basically has to do with somehow investors are investing in AITX, RAD is the operating entity, and somehow these two units are going to split. Now, I don't see how that can happen, but besides that fact, I don't own any of RAD. Nobody owns any of RAD. The only entity in the world that owns RAD is AITX. So I can't even really go through addressing a scenario as to why that would make sense for anybody, me or you. So again, classic FUD, preying on people who are like, oh my God, can they do that? What happens? FUD. Next is, guys, this is the big one here, all right? This is the big one. You've heard me say it before if you've followed for a while, but following anonymous people on the internet is not a good idea. Anonymous people on the internet don't have any inside information or any inside insights into anything. They are fudsters. They come from a position, they'll come at it a couple different ways, all fake profiles. Do a little bit of research on it. You'll see that some fudsters have 25, 35 profiles that they're managing, using it to attack different companies for different reasons. But stop following anonymous people, or stop acting on anonymous people comments. If a stranger came up to you and told you something in the street, would you listen to them? It's the same thing, but here it's even more anonymous on the internet. Thank goodness my kids have gone through some fantastic internet safety. I'll tell you, the amount of people who listen to these anonymous rumors and act on it blows my mind. I want to be very clear to direct you where to find real information and a real community. Number one, me. I'm here. I'm available. I'm present. I respond. I'm the CEO running the place, responsible for the whole shebang. I make myself available, and I have, in order to combat FUD and to strengthen our investor community through connection, information, progress, and so forth. So number one, reach out to me. Number two, we have a fantastic Discord for folks who don't know what Discord is. It's kind of a chat room, I guess I would call it. But in that chat room, we have fans and investors that have been in the company for years and who can answer every question probably about as well as I can in terms of information that's been publicized. Not only that, I'll share that I think that there are some really fantastic people in that group. I've gotten to know several on a real personal level, and many, many more on a little bit more of an acquaintance level, but sometimes we share jokes or say stupid stuff and have a little bit of fun. But of course, there's so much information on AITX, and there's people that you could ask about the company and talk to the company about. It's also really a place to speculate as well. So check out the Discord. The next item here is understanding the value of a press release and what it means. I want to share that in my role as CEO, I have like an angel on each wing, kinda. Maybe one's a bit of more of a devil. But the angels are our attorneys, our expensive attorneys that I have spent a lot of money with and a lot of time with, checking what we do, training me on what to say and what not to say so I don't have a gaffe. Because on the other shoulder is the specter of a whole lot of aggressive and hungry securities attorneys waiting for a public company CEO to slip up. So I measure my words, my tweets, because things that I say can have an impact. And I need to make sure that we're building this thing as clean and straight as I possibly can in order to fulfill my wishes and your wishes, which is to hopefully build this big, amazing company. That's what the mission is. So I mark my words. We've got lawyers that look at most everything that we do, and at this point, after doing this for so long, I'm pretty good at it myself. Which leads me to believe that a press release from the company is an official company document. It's not issued without perfect backup substantiating what we're saying. Sometimes I see fudsters, dispute a press release or argue with a press release or claim that it's false. It can't be. It can't be. They are official documents. obviously either legal reviewed or deemed not legally relevant by my judgment. But either way, know that press releases are official documents, and that we have an army of attorneys and auditors and all kinds of people that make sure the information that you get as investors from me, from our filings, from our press releases, from our videos is accurate and backed up. So I just want to share those things with you. I think that covers key elements of FUD. Maybe it wasn't 6, but you get the idea. Don't follow anonymous people. Join the Discord. Reach out to me. There's so much depth. We've got so much information out there. We're in such an exciting time for a company like ours. And the stakes are big. We're working hard. Certainly there's risk. Always risk. There's risk with Starbucks. Just look at my portfolio. But the point of the matter is we fight hard, we work hard, we make good decisions, and hopefully we win. Thank you very much.